Hey guys, happy Wednesday morning. Today we're going to do a short video on how I review hands on BBO. The first thing you're going to want to do is open up a Google search engine and type in like Bridge Base Browser Add-on. And depending on what browser you're using, so today I'm using Firefox, and you could type in Firefox, Chrome, whatever browser type you're using. But you'll see that there's hits here. The Chrome add-on guide to Bridge Base Online, BBO Helper, get this extension for Firefox. And if you click on one of these links, you'll just be able to download this thing that's called an add-on for BBO, and it's going to do some nifty stuff for you. I'll show you some of that functionality today and walk through how I would review one hand that I thought maybe I could have done better on last night. So if we go to the BBO homepage here, you should have, most of this like main stuff on the left, and then on the right, I have recent tournaments. So I'm going to go to the one at the top, which is the one I played last night, and I'm going to look for two spades making 4 late in the night. There it is, board 17. And what I'm going to do is click this ladder in the movie, right? And I'm going to export. I'm going to do a hand viewer link, and then I'm going to click on this, and it'll open a new tab that's just dedicated to that one hand that I thought I messed up. It's still got all the information from how the play went, and it's got one of the cool things about this add-on is that it's got this table down here that you'll recognize from the hand records, and it shows you, it's just a table of which direction can make how many tricks in each strain. And then it'll also give you the par score, the par result. So to review, the par result's an important concept. It's the contract where neither side can do any better. So for example here, it says the par score is 3 spades by north-south, making 140. And that's par because north-south can't do any better than taking 9 tricks in spades. Like if they bid any more, they're into a contract that they can't make on optimal defense. And also it's par because East-West can't take a profitable sacrifice over 3 spades. You'll see from the table that the best East-West can do is take 8 tricks in diamonds. And you might say, well, they're not vulnerable. That would only be 100 points versus the 140 in spades. Well, North-South can do better than 100. They can double 4 diamonds and get a 2-trick set for 300. So that's the concept of par. It's equilibrium, and it's a neat thing to see that I like to see by using this add-on for my browser. Now, you'll see the auction up here. I'll take you through some brief thoughts on that. Obviously, I'm opening a spade with the south hand. Partner gave a gentle boost to 2 spades. And it's back on me, and I have like a pretty powerful offensive hand. Like I can definitely see making game with the exact right dummy. But there's a concept, particularly in pairs scoring, called protect the plus, which is I'm not going to try and get too high searching for a magic game on a hand like this. What I'm going to do is play 2 spades and be confident that any edge I have in declare play skill here, like if I can take more tricks in the field, make a second over trick or a first over trick, usually if the contract's kind of like if the game's touch and go, you'll probably do fine to be in 2 making 4, and you have less downside thinking that way than you do trying to get to a magic 4 and having it go, it would be kind of a disaster to be in 4, making 4 on some perfect lie of the cards and realize that, hey, if I'd been in 2 making 4, it would have been almost the same top score. So on these hands where, you don't have a big majority of the high card points and you find a good contract, usually what you want to do is protect the plus score. Don't go higher trying to get to a magic game. Just take your 110, your 140, your 170. If you get better, as you get better at taking all the tricks that are available to you, you will see that being in part score is making over tricks, so will be a better and better score. So I decided to pass. It's south hand, and West was on lead. You'll notice that perhaps East should have gotten involved here with a takeout double over 2 spades. Got a pretty good hand. In fact, I would have opened this hand a diamond, but probably East-West shouldn't be allowing us to play 2 spades. They did. So let's look at what the defense did here. What I'm going to do at this point is turn on this give button. Click this give button. And what it's going to do is put a number next to each card that the person who's on lead could play at this point. Green means that the contract is making with that number of overtricks. And sometimes you'll see an equal card, and sometimes you'll see a red card or red number, and that means that's how many it's going down. Okay, so you'll see that Trump lead here is actually best for West because it's going to cut down some of my roughs. That is not what happened. It's a normal Jack of Hearts lead, I think was right. Okay, led the 7, third, and 5th. And I thought about my plan here as declared. So I'm thinking about all the suits here. I don't want to pull Trump yet because I want to set up my clubs. I do want to throw my third heart on the ace of diamonds before, like for instance, say I won the king of hearts and decided to pull Trump immediately. Don't do that. But say I played the king of hearts and started Trump. The problem is they would get in with the ace of spades, play another heart, and now I can't get to that dummy necessarily to throw my losing heart on the diamond. Okay, so I want to be in dummy to get to the ace of diamonds and to lead a club towards my hand. I want to lead a club towards the king. So I figured no time like the present, went up king of hearts. And again, we can turn on Gib here. It likes the king of hearts play. That leads to 2 overtricks. And I led a club at this point, which Gib also likes. 2 overtricks for leading a club. Actually, I played the ace of diamonds first. That's also 2 overtricks. Pitched my heart. Turn Gib on again. Now it needs you to lead a club towards your king. Did that. Best defense at this point for the East-West is probably to lead a trump. They did not do that, I don't think. Led the queen of hearts. I won that. And now I'm just going to work on setting up my club tricks, right? So I lay down the king clubs. You'll see that that's the best play. It's the one with a green 3 by it. And I'm going to go ahead and rough a club. Lead your highest club here, just for concealment purposes. It turns out here that it doesn't matter what West plays. I rough that in the dummy. And I'm going to lead a diamond towards my hand to rough. And now I'm going to go ahead and set up my set up my club suit by roughing my clubs good. Okay, so here's where I actually fell from grace. I needed to rough a heart back to hand, and then it's just a high cross rough. I'll only lose 1 more trump. What I actually did at this point was led the jack of spades and let it ride. The problem is that I'm going to set up a trick for West's trumps here. He's actually going to come to 2 tricks when I do it this way. So back to this trick, you'll see that if I turn the Gib on, roughing a heart leads to 3 over tricks, and playing a spade like I did is only 2 over tricks. And I could have seen this coming. But this is the process I go through if I declare a hand and feel like I could have made extra tricks. And here you can highlight, okay, I was supposed to lead a heart off the dummy. Did I know to do that? Slow down the next time. Can I identify a theme of errors I'm making such that I can try and eliminate them next time? And then the last thing I would do on a board like this is go to the Scoreslip. So over here, I'm going to highlight board 17 and click Other Tables. And what I'm going to do is look at the Scoreslip. So there's a bunch of 170s, there's a 200, and these are the 2 scores I was competing with, right? If I'd made that extra over trick, I would have made 200. And I count up how many people played this hand. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, including me, which means I'm competing with 8 other players. And basically, I lost a half match point to each of these 3 players, right? Like I got beat by the 200 where I could have tied him, and I tied these 2 170s where I could have beaten them. So that's like a half a board to those 3 players, which means that I missed out on 1.5 match points out of 8. That's roughly 20% of the match points. And I can see that the bottom line on this hand is that if I had made that third over trick, I'd be looking at a 70% score instead of 50% score. 20% on one board is roughly 1% on your entire night score. But anyway, I hope this video helps you on how you would drill down on one hand. First of all, go get that, do a Google search and get that BBO helper extensions. I think it's, for whatever browser you're using. And then I hope this walking through, go to your history tab. So we'll do this one more time. We go home, we go to our history tab, recent tournaments here, and then we can highlight any one particular board. You can see down in the lower left, there's that table of who can make what. And then we can go into the hand, click on this, and you can either advance the cards here, or you can export, do a hand viewer link, just like I did. Anyway, these are some tools. You want to spend some time going through the hands that you had problems with, not even necessarily problems, but either declaring or defending, and identify opportunities where you could have taken more tricks, right? And see if there's themes and work on those areas where you're weak at. Okay. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this short video on how to review a hand from bridge. I'm a big proponent of taking a couple of hands each night and reviewing them. You're going to see that that investment pays off in your overall bridge game and bridge score and bridge ability to win master points, because I know we're all hungry for those. And have a good rest of your week. I will talk to you soon. Happy bridging, and ta-ta for now.